Yes, people. What's everyone saying? Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. Um, Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe, bro. I'm so just over this club in it. I'm so over it. I've seen a lot of people being fuming, which is understandable. Well, you can tell by the title. 3 years for Amorim. Ratcliffe sends a strong message to United fans. We're not sacking him. He talks about Fergie, Arteta. There's so much to talk about in this stream. It's actually mad. But before we delve into this stream, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I see there's 3 people here already. Big up to you guys. Big up. Appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, man. Ineos. Yeah, these lot are absolute the biggest waste of space I've ever encountered as an ownership. These lot are useless, bro. These lot are useless. And the problem is that when you're owned by the Glazers, and we're used to seeing so much mediocrity, anything that is deemed as decent, for example, improving the training ground and, lowering the wage structure, bringing in footballing people, yeah? If you're going to compare the new regime to the old regime, then cool, it's an improvement. But this should have been done time ago. How long have we not had a sporting director for the longest? A DO, all of it. We've not had these for ages. Yeah. And flipping now, these lot have done the bare minimum. All of their actions are getting amplified and overgassed when these lot have literally shown nothing, just pure incompetence. Like people are telling me about, look at the players we're buying, look at the wage structure. We're slowly getting rid of the deadwood. What good is that if you're genuinely not going to be able to make the biggest decision as an ownership, and that is the manager? It's all well and good getting your Mbuemos, your Cunhas, and Balabas and all these players. But last time I checked, bloody Ratcliffe ain't the one that's going to be coaching these lot. It's going to be the manager they hire. And they've shown their inadequacies. Bloody hell, I flipping stuttered there, bro. Jesus, man. Like, these lot have absolutely just bamboozled my head. So, yeah, bro, like, to be fair, I don't actually believe any of this in it. I don't believe they're going to keep him for 3 years. I don't believe any of this nonsense, right? Because what we've seen with Ratcliffe is that he'll say one thing and his action says the other. Like, this guy was banging on about how he talked about Ten Hag. Like, the reason why I kept him is because he's a good coach. Okay, you kept him because he's a good coach. But that's not the reason. You kept him because all the other people that you tried to get after the FA Cup during Ten Hag's reign, where there was a 2-week review. That review was about interviewing managers. And because you got rejected by De Zerbi and Tuchel, you were left with no other options but to keep him. And you panicked, right? When Ten Hag's results were fading away and we was playing rubbish and getting slapped up, you then sacked him and panicked and just got Amorim, who was available. Right? There was no planning when we got this manager. There was no planning, no plan whatsoever, and they've shown us that they're not able to run a football club like a Man United properly. You can say, "Oh, but give them time," yeah, but they need to earn their time. They genuinely need to earn their time. How can you say on one hand that Ten Hag is a good coach? That's why I kept him. But if he was such a good coach, you keep him straight away after the FA Cup. That's the perfect time to keep him. Perfect time to announce his him staying. But no, 2-week review, trying to interview managers. They got rejected, which I don't blame De Zerbi or Tuchel, to be fair, because they're not yes men. And yeah, they're coming out and saying that if the Glazers told me to sack Amorim, I wouldn't do it. But didn't he say, Ratcliffe, was he not talking about how him keeping Ten Hag wasn't down to him and it was down to the management team? Now all of a sudden, Glazers are not going to be able to convince you to sack him. I thought you didn't have the power. I thought it was your management team. So you know what? There's so much inconsistency with what he says. I take everything he says with a pinch of salt, right? I really do. I generally don't think, that this guy is gonna. If we look at our fixtures, we've after this international break, you've got Liverpool at Anfield, which we haven't won in a very long time, in about 10 years or so, right? You've got Brighton, Nottingham Forest, who haven't been doing well, but we're away, so we'll probably lose that game because we're trash. You've got Tottenham, Everton, and Palace. He's not surviving in it. He's not surviving that. So I don't see him lasting. But it is very obvious that these lot are trying to get in. They've not got their new manager that they want to keep, that they want to take over after Amorim. They've not got their manager in charge. They really haven't. If they had someone patterned up and who was ready to take the role mid-season, Amorim would be gone. But Ineos, yeah, regardless, they're incompetent. This Ratcliffe guy is a joker. Absolute joker. I will get into his quotes. Oh, there's two people that big up, bro. Ineos is in charge of football operation. That includes hiring and firing staff, not the Glazers. Ashworth chose to keep Ten Hag. Ashworth was also against Amorim as well, to be fair. But Ashworth needed to go. Do you get it? He definitely needed to go. Big up to you, though, Tim. Ineos are in charge of football operations. Glazers have given them that. Glazers have actually given that role to Ineos, right? 25%. They're in charge of the football club. In regards to who's going to come in, the managers, the players, all of it, right? So they've kind of shifted. Glazers have looked at it and was like, you know what? We're always getting cooked about the decisions we make on regarding the football and decisions in it, like the players coming in, the players going out, the managers we keep getting in. Let's give that to the footballing people, right? And they've given it to Ratcliffe, and now everyone's focus has shifted to Ineos, failing to realize that Glazers still own the majority of the club. They still own the majority of the club, so they're cooking, bro. Like, they're looking at it and they're like, you know what? We've done the biggest 4D chess ever. We've cooked the fan base as per usual because they flip-flop, and now Ratcliffe is getting the blame. No one talks about Glazers anymore. No one talks about them. There's only Ineos. Ineos are in charge of the football, yeah? But that's just... The whole thing is absolutely embarrassing. Johnny Hill, I echo that. Yeah, F. Ratcliffe. Facts, bro. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, absolutely. But you're right to say that Ratcliffe lies a lot. He lied about the summer budget too. He lies on a... Bro, you do not become a billionaire. You do not become a billionaire and get the money that you're getting and start owning clubs if you don't lie and do some odd stuff in it. Like, I'm not going to get into it yet, but let's be real. To get that amount of money, you'd have to be you'd be doing some madness, and that's a fact. So yeah, bro. Like, Ratcliffe lied about he lied about Ten Hag being a good coach. He was looking for a manager in his 2-week review. And now he's talking about he's got no power he said that he's got no power in sacking Ten Hag. That's why he didn't get rid of him. But now you're telling me that the Glazers have come and said to him that if they were to say, right, Joel Glazer says to Ratcliffe, you need to sack him, he can have that opinion, but the decision still lies on the football operations, which is Ineos. Ratcliffe I didn't know he was supposed to have a say. Things are just not adding up. They're not adding up, bro. He does lie a lot. Ratcliffe reminds me of that SpongeBob episode where Mr. Krabs sat people in front of the TV, pressed a button, and it removed their TV watch time memory. Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, Ratcliffe, listen, Chelsea absolutely dodged a bullet with this guy, bro. I know I remember when Chelsea were up for sale, and then it was it was Ratcliffe that tried to buy Chelsea, and then he got United. Bro, they dodged a bullet, even though they're ownership right now is a bit of a shambles with the players that they're getting, but it's absolutely madness. Absolutely madness. Lots of criticism to Ineos, but they're 100 better than the Glazers so far. Yeah, but the thing is, Tim, yeah, is that even a flex? Do you get it? Like, is that even a flex? Like, it's just, I get what you're saying, but bro, like, being better than it's like saying, oh, Lamens is so much better than Onana. I mean, if he wasn't, that would be a worry. Do you get me? As an ownership, you should be doing the bare minimum. Having your footballing structure, your DOF, your scouting networks, right? The staff that you want, the people that are going to be scouting, the managers that you're going to hire, the wages. Yes, cool. The wages have decreased. Okay, congratulations. But the biggest decision is getting the right manager in and knowing when to sack him. If you're unable to sack a manager and you're indecisive and you keep hiring the wrong one, you are incompetent, generally speaking. To be fair, I'd rather they lied and kept everyone guessing. I got tired of leaks and people predicting about our club. I'm fine with the lies. He was 100% fine. And things got worse. It's proven. No. I understand in it because there were so many leaks at Man United, and we was guessing in it like, there was 100% loads of leaks. I do agree with that. There were leaks. There's not that many right now, but it just seems to me that he's not staying for 3 years. He's not staying for 3 years. I refuse to believe it. I don't believe it. When an ownership is heavily backing a manager, yeah, what Ratcliffe is doing with Amorim, there is no future with Ruben Amorim. When someone tell me when does his contract end? Is it not in 2026 or 2027? His contract ends. They will, bro? There's no way they're gonna give him a new contract. Yeah, they've got an option to trigger it for an extra 1 year, but no way they'll trigger it. There's no way. And if they do, then that's a different conversation. That mother effer Ratcliffe, I find it so ironic. He wants the stadium paid for with taxpayers' money, whilst he makes it years ago skip to another country to avoid paying tax. I would piss on him. Yeah, bro. Johnny, yeah, this guy, yeah, is Ratcliffe is. He's not a great ownership in it. He's not great. Like, he says the right things, and you know what's mad? My thing is that the top Reds should not really be. Top Reds shouldn't be fuming about this. Yeah, the people who actually care about the football club, like myself and you guys, right? The ones who actually speak on the nonsense, yeah, because people just want to, they want to sugarcoat things, just back the manager. They should be happy with news like this. I don't know why top Reds are angry about this. Didn't you say that you're tired of sacking managers? They said, we're tired of sacking managers. We're tired of the same cycle happening and occurring nonstop. We want a change. Well, there it is. There it is, isn't it? This type of news should be a positive for them. Do you get it? So I don't think it's a flex, but I said it when they won the bid over Qatar. Qatar would do a quicker overhaul, facts. Ineos would take years, facts. I can't control it, but I have to be patient. Bro, I'm not saying, listen, let's be honest. The Qatar thing is over and done with. There's nothing we can do yet to get rid of it. I mean, to be honest, the fans can do something. They can do something in it, but bro, 2 wins or 1 win, and then they'll forget all about the nonsense. They're very fickle in it. They're not going to really see the bigger picture and see what the long-term issues could happen. They just live in the moment. They really do live in the moment. I'd love to ask the staff who were made redundant what they think about Amorim being paid millions to fail every week whilst getting significant support from the owners. Bro, that's true, That's absolutely true. Imagine you're paying money for a manager who's failing week in, week out. And he's still going to get money with the compensation. Did you get it? For performing horribly. He's performing so bad. Big up to you, Tariq, Arsenal fan. Shout out to you, man. No, on the taxpayers' money, that's common in civil projects. City did it with the Etihad, Arsenal doing it with the Emirates. It's normal. Don't think about it too much. Yeah, with the taxpayers, bro, I'm not really sure about all of that in it. I'll be so honest. Me, yeah, all I know, yeah, is that on the football pitch, and when it comes to managerial appointments, well, that is what I'm cooking. When it comes to the taxpayers and all that, I'm not really the most knowledgeable about that. But regardless, yeah, these lot have shown nothing but incompetence. Big up to you, PFC. That picture of touchline is hilarious, though. Big up to him, though. But yeah, shout out for you for tuning in. The top Reds started drooling in their basements when they heard that Ratcliffe say put the Manchester back into Manchester United. That's the type of Tommy Robertson, EDL rallies. 100%, bro. These lot, yeah, they get excited when someone says the right things and what they want to hear. They don't really want to change. Man United fans, because we've won so much in the past, they're like, bro, even if we don't win. If we get a win here and there, or if we get top 6, top 7, have a nice time at Old Trafford, have a bit of a pint, they're happy with that. They're happy with that. They don't care if Liverpool, take over in regards to the Premier League title. They don't really care. They don't care. Ahmed to do his cut the hair for 3 years until Amorim goes. Nah, bro, I ain't going to be doing that. Do you get me, bro? That guy who's doing it, bro, I don't know why he's doing that, to be fair. Just cut your hair, man. I'll be real. Just cut your hair. And yeah, that's way too much maintenance, to be fair. Got to go to work, but remind Hussam that the system isn't the reason Salah has made one complaint. You know what? I'm going to remind him, Yeah? I'm going to remind him. I'm going to absolutely remind him, yeah? Absolutely. Facts. Big up, though, and hopefully you have a good time at work. There's 8 people here. Like and subscribe, man. Isa, what are you saying, Isa? Big up, Ahmed. Invest your stocks in Esteval. I'm telling you, he's better than Saka and way better than many wingers. Esteval is a good player, and he's a good talent. He definitely is more talented than Saka, bro. There's so many players that are better than Bukayo Saka in it. But I don't want to get into that, bro, because I'll be here till next year. You're spot on about Liverpool could get 21 league titles, and they will say we made record revenue this season. Facts, bro. Like Liverpool are about to. I know they're having a hard time right now. They're about to get 21 Premier League titles if they fix up. You've got Man City in the Champions League still. You've got Liverpool also in the Champions League. We're not in any major tournament. We're not in the Champions League. We're already out of the cup in the Carabao. In the FA Cup, we're not going to win the FA Cup. We couldn't even win the Europa League. We're not going to challenge for the league. Have we ever got past the quarterfinals when we was in the Champions League? I think the quarterfinals was the furthest that we got in against PSG. After that, we got probably slapped up by Barca when Messi cooked us. I don't know. So I don't know the exact details, but I'm going to get into this. These Arsenal fans think that Rice is better than Vitinha. If they think that that's absolute delusional, by the way. Absolute delusional. Rice ain't even the best midfielder in his team, innit? He really isn't, bro. These lot just overgas it. They absolutely overgas his ability. He's not actually that good. Like, he's just decent, Declan Rice. He's absolutely overrated. Absolutely overrated. Ahmed, in your opinion, when do you think we will lift the Premier League? Never, bro. Not anytime soon. I don't see us lifting the Premier League in the next 10 years. And that's no exaggeration. I don't see it. At this rate, I don't see it at all. And I'm not even trying to be negative, bro. I'm just being honest. What? Winning the Premier League with the current state that we're in, with this ownership, God knows if they're going to be able to forget about sacking the manager. Bro, are they going to hire the right manager after him? Or are they going to make another mistake? Do you get it? I've got no faith in flipping Ratcliffe. Yeah, Jim I've got no faith in him at all. Yeah, if he does things that are good, I'm going to praise him. Yeah, I'm trying to be as balanced as I can with the ownership, but I can't allow nonsense like this. Amorim has not had the best of seasons. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Ruben needs to demonstrate he's a great coach. Okay, but he hasn't. That's where I'd be. Mate, you should, you know where you should be, yeah? You should be in the flipping, you shouldn't be an owner, bro. Like, you should be somewhere else. You can't run a club like United on a knee-jerk reaction to press Hugo. How dare you say this is a knee-jerk reaction? How dare you say this is a knee-jerk reaction? Knee-jerk reaction? No back-to-back wins. More losses than wins. Bro, most of this guy's wins have come across relegation teams. And they're relegated. Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton, Burnley. Yeah, they're not relegated, but they're pretty much there. Who else? Sunderland, newly promoted side. Wow, we beat Sunderland, guys. Well done. Yeah, we beat Sunderland. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Imagine, yeah, finishing 15th. Losing to Tottenham, not once, not twice, but 3 times in one season, I think. I think it's either 3 or 4. And in one of them is the biggest competition that you were in, Europa League final. This manager lost to flipping Tottenham. Tottenham they lost to. A Europa League final you lost to Tottenham. Do you know how embarrassing that is? We let Brennan Johnson score in a final. Brennan Johnson. And oh my days, you lose a Europa League final and you still let him you still let him in the job. That's crazy. This is crazy. Anyone who's, you know what's mad, yeah? As much as I disagree, I don't think that he's gonna be staying here for 3 years or 2 years or a year. Innit? I generally think, yeah, that once results go bad, they will sack in it. But in the meantime, they've not got their man in. It's quite obvious that they've not got their man in. This whole Glasner, Xavi, and Iraola talk here, we have to see whether they're going to leave, especially Iraola and Glasner. Are they going to leave mid-season? And if not, and is Xavi willing to walk? Is Xavi willing to take this role right now? We don't know, innit? But I don't care if you don't have your. You know what's mad? Even if you don't have your next manager, you should still sack him. Yeah, because that's what competent owners do. I don't care if you don't have your man. You sack him. Simple as that. So yeah, bro. These lot just, the biggest problem with United this season was not getting rid of Bruno Fernandes, facts, and rebuilding the midfield, facts, 100%. Yeah, these lot listen to Ruben Amorim, because Ruben Amorim, yeah, the beggar, flipping begged Bruno to stay when Bruno wanted to leave. Don't let anyone fool you into thinking that Bruno Fernandes stayed for the love of the club. No, he didn't. He did not stay for the love of the club, or else his agent would be in Saudi with Al Hilal negotiating. He wanted to leave. Bruno Fernandes wanted to leave Man United. All this quotes about Bruno saying, "Oh, if they don't want me, I can go," or whatever the quotes were in it. I know what he said. This Bruno guy, yeah, he's a rat. He's a rat, bro. And so is Amorim, and so is Ratcliffe. Yeah. The fact that we did not sell Bruno shows you everything about Ineos. Shows you everything about Ineos. They don't want to flip and get rid of him. Okay, you know what's mad? Let's say Bruno gets sold next season because Al Hilal were offering 100 mil. If they sell him for 60 mil next year, or 50 or 60 or whatever they're willing to pay Bruno Fernandes, you're still an idiot, because why you could have sold him for 100 last year. I mean, last window. But you've waited for another year to listen to a manager who's not got back-to-back wins, and you're willing to keep a player who's been rubbish and who's not been good enough for Man United. And no amount of stats will gaslight him into thinking he's a good player. He dropped a monumental stinker in a Europa League final and was at fault for the goal that we conceded when Brennan Johnson scored, because he gave the ball away twice during the build-up. But people don't want you to hear that. They don't want you to hear that, you know. And that's a fact. So yeah, you're right, Issa. You're absolutely right. It's the exact reason Bruno fits so well for them. Dude puts stinker in, stinker. The dude puts stinker in after stinker, pops up with a goal or a tap, and they start jerking. Bro, facts, bro. Absolutely facts. Absolutely facts, yeah. These lot talk about Bruno Fernandes like he's some savior when we have had one of our worst finishes at the club, 15th and 8th, and flipping all of it. I'm seeing people on Twitter talk about, oh, Bruno is not a double pivot player. We need to play him in the 10. He's rubbish in the 10 as well. Yeah? How about we actually utilize our better players rather than Bruno Fernandes and catering to him all the time? We're trying to cater to Bruno. Bruh. This is just annoying me. De Zerbi would have been perfect for Man United because he's got the balls to drop Bruno and other rubbish players. De Zerbi, yeah, would actually rebuild the whole team. Yeah, he would actually rebuild the whole team. But the reason why he's not here is because he's a no-nonsense manager who demands control, he demands respect, and he's not going to let people like Ineos walk all over him. And Ineos are shady guys. You can tell, innit? They want someone. They don't really have. If you look at De Zerbi's personality and you look at Ineos's personality, they're not very compatible if you think about it. Yeah, it's not going to match. They would clash, and it wouldn't last unless Ineos cave in and they agree with the terms and conditions that De Zerbi is willing to accept, and then they come to an agreement. But other than that, that ship has sailed. Everyone knows this is who I want, but it's not going to happen now. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. If they really wanted to rebuild, they would have sold Bruno Fernandes and they would have sacked Ten Hag and they would have got De Zerbi after Ten Hag. The fact that they've not done that, there's no chance they're going to flip and get De Zerbi now. No chance. Ship has sailed. Don't be surprised if he goes to Man City or any serious top team, because what he's doing with Marseille is quality. And he's already done it with Brighton when he got them Europa League. That in itself is a quality achievement. And he'd actually improve the players that we've got at our disposal. Absolutely. I agree that ownership is horrible. It's annoying when you see fans like Cass from Never Afar defending that. Bro, listen, yeah, I'll be so honest. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but anyone who is saying that, like, look, listen, you can be balanced with Ineos, you can back them, but what we're seeing right now, what we are seeing right now, with how Amorim is still in charge and how they did not sack Ten Hag in time and they kept him and kept Bruno Fernandes in this transfer window, you cannot back that. I don't care, bro. You cannot back that. Anyone who backs it, yeah, is just they're not being real in it. They're not being honest. They have shown more incompetence here than competence. Their reign at Man United. Yeah. So I'm not having it, bro. I'm not having it. I'm absolutely not having it with these lot. I never wanted Ineos in the first place. I never wanted them. But first season, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. What can they do? What can they do, you know, bro? I don't know what I was smoking, mate. Flipping now. We need to send... Oh, this is the same ownership, yeah? People... You just brought up... You just brought up a good point, that this is the same ownership that caved in when the fan base sent letters to keep Ten Hag after the FA Cup. How are you caving into that? Do you know how weak you are? They've got no mentality, Ineos. They've got no mentality. They're weak. They flip-flop. They might have the right intention, yeah, but they're not the owners yet to take Man United forward unless they change. Unless they change their ways and start behaving competent. I'll come here and say it. But so far, yeah, they've shown me nothing. We need to send Ratcliffe and Amorim together in a Panama prison. Facts, bro. Absolutely. Facts, yeah. Send them there. Yeah. And then they can deal with flipping. What's that guy name in the prison break? What's his name? Oh, what's that guy, that FBI call that was always chasing Schofield? Mahone. They can deal with Mahone there, innit? Because Mahone, when he was at Panama, bro, he was moving mad. He was moving mad. Now, let's be fair. Cass called out the owners a few times. He's also Amorim out. The only thing he's really praised was the signings, apart from Ugarte. Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, bro, like, I don't really know his opinion in it. I'm not really tuned in. But everyone who's saying Amorim out, or it's the popular opinion, in it. Everyone's gonna back it. When it was popular, yeah, people are gonna say Amorim out. But for me, yeah, it's all about seeing things from early. It's all about seeing things from early, innit? Because, like, think about it. There's going to be the exception of people who are backing Amorim, but for the majority, they're going to say Amorim out because the results aren't there. But even if he got 3 wins in a row and you say Amorim out, they're like, why are you saying Amorim out? We've won 3 games in a row. So when you're basing your opinion of purely results and you're not looking at the performance, that's such a huge worry. Because once the results aren't on your side, what have you got to base your thing on? What can you fall back on? What can you fall back on? Your team doesn't play good football. Your formation and how you play is horrible. You've not improved a single player at the club. Your press conferences are absolutely embarrassing, and you make excuses. Your substitutions are shocking. You're not playing Kobe Mainoo. You're treating Xerxes like an absolute mug, which is a fact. Yeah. You've dropped Casemiro last season, right, for a very long time until he forced his way into the team. And you said, oh, he doesn't fit into my system. But then saying that, everyone can change my mind. You love Mason Mount, which is a huge worry. And you want to build your team around Bruno Fernandes. Bro, I've just read. All of what I've just said is red flags. The red flags here is mad. The amount of red flags that they've shown is crazy. So... yeah, bro. That's why, as much as Chelsea have not been good, they were under Roman. One thing we have still in the ownership is sacking manager. Amorim would have been gone way before if he was. He would have facts. 100%. Pochettino left. Nuno Espirito got sacked from Nottingham Forest. Ten Hag got sacked within 2 games. Who else got sacked? Graham Potter got sacked. And the win ratio between Graham Potter and Ruben Amorim is not even far off. I'm pretty sure Graham Potter has either the same win ratio or a little bit worse by Amorim. And that's and Amorim's got a United team with much better players than West Ham. And the same West Ham that's lost Kudos. Crazy. Ahmed, you have seen what he said. He wanted to keep Amorim for 3 years. Yeah, bro, Remco, big up for commenting. That's what we're honestly talking about. I refuse to believe that he's willing to keep him for 3 years. I refuse to believe it. Yeah. I refuse to believe it. There's no chance here that he's going to keep him for 3 years. There's no chance. Bro, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Back Jim the Rat now, bro. I'm not backing him. There is no progression under 1 year Amorim. 3 years for what? For rubbish football. Exactly, Cameron, which is why I refuse to believe, yeah, that Ratcliffe is what. You know what? For as incompetent that I believe, yeah, that Ratcliffe and the Ineos regime, including Barada, because that is another guy who should be getting sacked. Barada, yeah, he should be getting sacked because he's the one that brought him in. Wilcox, who's supposed to be the guy, I mean, what's he done? What has Wilcox actually done? I mean, he got promoted to a new title, sporting director or whatever it's called. And if Barada and Wilcox, because Ratcliffe said that the management team is the one that decides, or is the one that decides to keep or get rid of the manager. So that means Wilcox, Barada are all frauds then. Yeah. The fraudulent behaviour. The only difference I see in the Glazers in this is that the Glazers are openly shady and do not care about their public image, a bit like Levy at Spurs. De Zerbi was not having incompetence at Brighton. Imagine that he would have it, you know, and that Brighton structure, yeah, is so much better than us. So much better. He probably left here because he's like, you know what? I did my thing at Brighton. Second season, I finished lower than my first season, but they sold the big players. I'm not having it. I want to go to a club that I want to build and improve, and the players that are doing well, they want to be a part of it. So he probably just dipped, and he definitely thought of it like, you know what, I can do better than Brighton, respectfully. Went to Marseille, got them from 8th to 2nd, cooking in the Champions League, slapped Ajax, was unlucky not to get a result against Madrid because they got 2 pens. And yeah, bro, simple. Compared to Ineos, we are just as shit, but when we want to be perceived as good people. Says Johnny Hill. Yeah, bro, absolutely. That's all they care about, yeah. They just care about looking good, Ineos, but they don't have the cojones to actually do what's ruthless. I'm at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel, mate? I'll tell you what it feels. Yeah, it feels flipping torture. It's pure torture, man. Pure torture. Bayern Leverkusen and West Ham have shown more ambition. Yeah, Tottenham have shown more ambition. Tottenham have sacked, and after beating Amorim, yeah. So people talking about Daniel Levy, mate, he's got more ambition than Ratcliffe. I tell you that for a fact. He's got more ambition than him. So we can cuss out Levy. Yeah, cool. He's got his flaws. Financially, he's done well. Stadium at Spurs is looking mad. Training ground, facilities, all of it, he's cooked. Revenue's cooking. And Andrew's like, you know what, mate? You gave us the cup. Thank you for the trophy. But they were able to look at the season. 17th, not good enough. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Haywire, yeah, that's his name. Haywire is the crazy guy. I'm pretty sure the one that jumped off the bridge. I'm pretty sure. Was it him? I think so. Alex Mahone, yeah, he was one of my favorite characters. You know, he was one of my favorite characters. He was sick. If Amorim was in prison with Michael Scofield, he'd be trying to tell Scofield how to escape. What, a 3-4-3 in prison, bro? For that pragmatic approach, bro, he would get cooked. He absolutely get cooked. Nah, he has a better win ratio. So what's his name? Amorim has a better win ratio than Potter, or Potter has a better win ratio? 3 years of Amorim means many letters to my therapist. Bro, listen. If this was to happen, yeah, and if they're actually planning on keeping him for 3 years, despite the results, which I cannot see, you don't need to be that invested in Man United. There's always different football matches. Do you get me? There's always different football matches to watch. It's not just in their Prem. You can watch in Liga and La Liga, Bundesliga. If you've got any hobbies, saw your Declan Rice post on Twitter. Tyler, what am I cooking, bro? I'm telling you, they don't want to hear the truth. That post absolutely went viral. I never expected it to go viral, to be fair. People saying I'm rage baiting. I'm not rage baiting. Yeah, I'm being serious. I'm actually being serious. Like Caicedo, I named bare midfielders better than Declan Rice. So big up to you for commenting. No, I swear Barata is a cheese. How? Oh, but I swear Barada is a cheese. No, Barada. Yeah, it's not Barata. It's Barada, isn't it? With 2 R's, I think. How's he working at United? We getting 2 players in January. Bro, I heard that we're trying to get a midfielder in it, but who doesn't deserve a midfielder? Ruben Amorim. He's got enough midfielders there. Make it work or bounce. We not only need the right coach, but we also need to sign the right players and stop overpaying average. But who do you think we're paying this? Who do you think we're overpaying for average players? Because I've got it. Mason Mount, to be fair, wasn't under Ineos. Bruno Fernandes, they gave him a pay rise. As much as I do rate Casemiro, and I think he's quality, you shouldn't be on that much money. Who else? Rashford's on a lot of money, but that was before Ineos. Anthony, that was before them. And yeah, that's what I can think of. Sir Jim, yeah, he did have a Chelsea season ticket, but apparently he's not a United fan. And to be fair, bro, I don't care if my ownership is not a United fan. That doesn't really bother me. But this whole thing about that, Ratcliffe does too much. He does too much. He tries to cater to the fan base and try to do the right things, and he's trying to say the right stuff. But at the end of the day, just be an owner, innit? Just be a competent owner and make the difficult decisions. That's why you get paid a lot of money, right? If you're trying to base your decisions on what the fans feel, then you're never going to be successful. Because if you try to make a decision with emotion, it's never going to work out. It's never going to work out. You have to be sensible, innit? Harry Maguire as well, bro. I'm seeing Harry Maguire getting a new contract. What the heck is that about? What's he done to get a new contract? That's embarrassing. See, that's another incompetence by the ownership. Get rid of him. Get rid of Maguire. Guy cost 80 mil. And we're saying he's a good squad player. Bro, good squad player. You can get a player who's twice the player than him, and he'll do a much better role as a squad. He's been crap this season. He's been awful, Maguire. If Amorim gets his wish, when we will actually see a Gallagher. Oh, bro, he did want Gallagher. If Gallagher actually comes to Man United, I'm gonna go mad. I'm gonna absolutely go mad. If Amorim gets his wish, we will see Gallagher and Bruno pivot, brother. That stinks, you know. It absolutely stinks. Season 1 and season 2 was amazing. Season 1's my favorite. After that, it kind of died off a little bit. But yeah, Prison Break is amazing. I love that series so much. I love it so much. It's so sick. Potter has a better win ratio. Well, there you go then. He's got a better win ratio than with a worse team. That's embarrassing. Jim likes to lie. Don't trust him. He will sack Amorim if we get bad results. But Yusuf, this is what I feel. I genuinely think, yeah, that Ratcliffe has looked at it and he's like, you know what? We don't have the manager right now that we want to get. So what we're going to do in the meantime is put out some positivity. Let's say that we're going to back back Amorim. We're going to back him. It's a process, blah, 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 all the buzzwords, all the headlines, and say all the right things. If we get battered by Liverpool and we lose the next game, he's gone, right? He's defo gone. But the fact that these lot are making their decision based on how bad it gets before seeing the signs from early is a worry. How are you not seeing the signs from early? Why does things have to go sideways for you to make the difficult decision? Why, if we do get battered by Liverpool and then we lose after that, then you sack him. You could have just sacked him last year after the Europa League and we have a new manager with the preseason. This is the same manager in Ruben Amorim saying that I don't have a preseason. So I don't have a preseason when he first came in. And he had a full year at the club. And he's still banging on about preseason. Oh, I can't get my ideas done in this 2-week preseason. It's going to be difficult. A storm is coming, or good things will happen. And then he said against Arsenal that, again, this proves that we can beat any team in the Premier League. And now he's coming out with nonsense like this. Bro, get out of here. People saying Ineos is cooking, but at the moment, I see nothing different with the Glazers, 100%. At least, Glazers actually sacked the manager, to be fair. Why are you only blaming Jim? The real decision making is on the managers. But yeah, 100%. Barada is also someone who I said is a fraud. Bro, did I not say that Barada should be getting sacked? I called Barada and Wilcox frauds. I called them frauds. Yeah, Barada should be getting sacked. Facts. He should be getting sacked because that was his manager. So the whole regime at Ineos is cooked. It's absolutely cooked. 3-4-3 settings, bare donuts. Maybe Amorim thinks they would escape via floating donuts. 100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, bro. This 3-4-3 is absolutely shocking. And it's not even you know what's mad, is that like there's bare teams that play this back 3 formation, but they actually play some okay football and they can get a tune out of the players. But my thing is that I don't really want to see a back 3 at all. I don't want to see I'm not a fan of the back 3. I'm not a fan of it. You can be attacking with the back 3, but this whole wing backs and 2 10s, nah, bro. Nah. Basmati Rice is a horrible footballer. You know, Barron, there's bare people saying that, they think that he can actually get into that Madrid squad. That's crazy. This comment on Twitter post was harsh. The Indian cab driver mentioned more than things in Rice is good at. Didn't mention one about Kai Sit. Bro, the guy called me an Indian cab driver. Twitter is such a racist place, you know. That's mad. I'm not even Indian. But I don't know why Indians get cooked on that app, bro. Like there's like a stereotype with Indians that they get like a bad rep. That's mad. That's absolutely mad. But I can't lie, good thing I've got thick skin in it because I don't care what they say. I just found it funny, to be fair, how they're getting rattled from the truth. Maguire is on 190. Yeah, Luke Shaw. I'm hearing Kobe Mainu wants to leave, and I'm hearing that Xerxes wants to leave, but I'm not hearing anything about Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is still at the club. Yeah, just roaming about. Now he's all of a sudden in the lineup. Why am I seeing Luke Shaw in 2026? Why am I seeing it? Why the heck am I seeing this? It's absolutely... What a shameless ownership. And look at this. Look what they're saying. Ratcliffe on what was going to happen if the Glazers told him to sack Amorim. It's not going to happen. Wow. It's not going to happen, guys. Yeah. The fact that... imagine the Glazers, are telling him to sack him, but look at this guy. And Ratcliffe is like, nah, we don't want to sack him. Ratcliffe is making Glazers look half competent. Is mad. It's absolutely mad. The Maguire new contract is on Amorim. He loves him too much. 100%. That's why you see him so many times off the bench, like for like with Lenny Euro. 100%. The guy plays Maguire and he subs him on more than Xerxes. We was winning 2-0 and he brought on Harry Maguire. He dropped Lenny Euro. I'm pretty sure last game. I think he dropped Lenny Euro against Brentford. Am I right in thinking that he dropped him against Brentford? I think he did. I think he did. I think he did actually drop him against Brentford. So, yeah, man. Maguire's getting a new contract makes sense. Project 2028 with Amorim, they said. They mentally go, oh, bro. Yeah, if you look at it like that, then yeah, man. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Mason Mount is another one who's on a lot of money. Yeah, he's got the number 7 shirt, but he scored a good goal. Did nothing after that. And everyone's gassing him up. They want Maguire's relegation experience. This is the type of club that would get rid of Casemiro when he's won multiple Champions League and he's been one of our best players. They'd get rid of him, but they'd keep Maguire. Well done. Amazing culture reset. Amazing, amazing change. I refuse to believe Amorim is real. He's definitely something out of Marvel, bro. He's the worst manager we've ever had. Oh yeah, I've seen that, you know, Johnny. I've seen that. Someone at camera held up a sign in Melbourne which said, Amorim, please switch to 4-3-3. Do you know, look how we're getting bantered by everyone. We are getting bantered by guys from across the world. From across the world, we're just getting cooked. This is not looking good, mate. Yeah. And you know what's mad? Even the Sunderland manager said that. He said that I can't believe Amad Diallo is playing as a wing back. He actually did say that. He actually did say that. How is an ex-Sunderland manager talking more sense than a Man United gaffer? Yeah. This is blasphemy. Ratcliffe confirms he intends to give 3 years to Ruben. Yes, 3 years, because things don't happen overnight. And then he also mentions, what does he say? Look at this nonsense. I remember the pressure that were calling for Sir Alex Ferguson sacking in his first 2 years. Look at Arteta with Arsenal. He faced a tough time in his first 2 years. Wow. Great analysis. Yeah. Very good, lazy analysis right there. Let's compare him to Fergie, yeah. A guy who's beaten Madrid in a final, right? Well done. And Arteta, who, yes, he finished 8th back-to-back, but did he not win the FA Cup in his first season? He won the FA Cup in his first season, and then the following, and he came in halfway. After the season after that, he finished 8th, then finished 5th. That Arteta has got back-to-back wins, mate. He's actually developed players. He's actually coached. He's actually coached. What kind of analysis is this? What the hell is this? Comparing Amorim to Fergie. Now, I'll be real. This is embarrassing. Ratcliffe he's got no shame. He's got no shame. This type of response, yeah, is what I hear from guys on Twitter. I remember the pressure when they were called. What is he talking about? What is this fool talking about? He's actually got no shame talking about Fergie. Yeah, that's mad, bro. That's absolutely. Maguire new contract won't be more than 40k. After seeing the video where Amorim was laughing with Wilcox, I knew they aren't sacking him. 100%. Wilcox is there laughing with him. What are you laughing at, Wilcox? Yeah. I thought he was supposed to be the best in class. Laughing in a train station, and then yeah, the whole club is cooked. We have already a bunch of scrubs. In true many extra, I would become haywire if we signed Basmati. If I was ever in the room as Amorim, I'd be switching his sugar salt, says Johnny Hill. Yeah, he dropped Euro for Maguire in the Brentford game. Well, there you go then, yeah. He dropped him. And then against Man City, he decided to sub on Harry Maguire against a striker who cooks in transition and is rapid. And Luke Shaw and Maguire have a bozo moment. That is absolutely crazy to me, mate. Yeah. The whole club is cooked. I still remember when there was United fans that preferred Maguire over. Oh my God. Johnny, yeah? Rafael Varane was our best centre-back post-Fergie, and Casemiro was our best DM post-Ferguson. Casemiro and Varane were absolutely quality and underrated. They were underrated. Yeah. I remember that Varane got dropped. He did get dropped. And then Tanag was talking about, oh, it was tactical. Yeah. Whatever, mate. Absolutely whatever, bro. Man, that touchline, you know. What are you saying, bro? What are you saying? Big up to him, innit? Yeah, make sure you check him out, bro. Make sure you check him out. If you want to jump on, you can jump on. But yeah, I'm almost done, to be fair. I still remember when there was United fans that prefer. Oh yeah, I read that. Only at United is where you expect it as a striker to do more tracking back than the actual final third actions, bro. United fans don't care about quality; they just care about drinking. That's all they care about. They don't care about quality. It's nonsense. CBA, to be honest, got to talk about this somewhere. Yeah, facts, bro. Yeah, 100%. Big up to you, though, innit? Yeah, big up to you, touchline. 40k for Maguire. I wish I could get paid 40k to move on in slow motion. people saying already Sesko is a world class. I still don't rate Sesko, even if he scored 2. Yeah, bro, Sesko did well to get the 2 goals in it. He's not world class. I don't rate him either in it, but we'll see what he can do in it. We'll see what he can do. Bro, there's bigger issues than bloody Sesko. Yeah, this ownership is cooked, mate. Yeah, this is cooked. I don't believe that we're going to see him for 3 years, but the statements that we're hearing about Ratcliffe talking about Arteta, look how long it took him when he won an FA Cup in his first half season and has actually improved many players at the club and coached his way, and he's actually progressed year in, year out. Whereas with Amorim, we're going backwards. We're going backwards with this guy. How are you losing to Tottenham in a final? Yeah, losing to Tottenham in a final is embarrassing. So all these quotes that he's coming out saying that, oh, I remember the pressure that they were calling for Ferguson sacking when he beat Madrid with Aberdeen. Bro, times back then were different. So what is he trying to get at? You know, he's actually taking the piss out of the fan base, you know, by saying, oh, we don't want to do a knee-jerk reaction. There's nothing a knee-jerk reaction about not registering back-to-back wins. There's nothing knee-jerk about it. Yeah? There's nothing knee-jerk. And people say to me, oh, my dear, but it's not true. Even if all of this isn't true and he doesn't believe it, why can you not sack a manager? And why do you have to wait until shit hits the fan? Why does it have to come to that? I don't understand. I don't get that. I don't get that. West Ham and Tottenham and Leverkusen are showing more ambition. Bruh. The Lissandro Martinez and Varane was, yeah, 100%. It was quality. It was absolutely amazing. Apart from the Anfield game, of course, we swapped that for Maguire's aerial threat. Funny that we got worse in set pieces after that. Maguire is, bro, Maguire getting a new contract is pathetic, mate. Absolutely pathetic. It's embarrassing to say the least. It's big up MKD, bro. It's bare Liverpool fans on today, you know. You get me? Bare Liverpool fans. Sir Jim crosses the road by looking up and down. It's clear now. Yeah, man, honestly speaking to you, yeah, just to summarize that, Ratcliffe is heavily backing him. He's using Arteta and Fergie as his points to justify this message that he's trying to say, which is absolutely stupid. International break. We've got Liverpool next. We're not going to win that game, innit? We're not going to win that game. Xerxes wants to leave. Kobe Mainu still wants to get some game time. All of these will be talked about in the next stream, innit? All of this will be talked about in the next stream about Maguire contract, Liverpool preview, all of it. So, in the meantime, I'll be real. That Embuemo thing, that Cameroon fan, where he said 4-3, talk to Amorim about 4-3. You don't think, that the players think, you don't believe that the players are speaking to each other and are like, bro, this Amorim guy is a bozo, or like, why is he playing this dead formation? You know, they defo talk, innit? They defo talk. Man like Jim doing every single team in the Prem a favour. This type of news, you know, rival fans are going to lap onto it and going to be gassed about it. They're going to be absolutely gassed. They're going to be gassed about it. And this is what they want. Yeah, Ratcliffe is amazing news for rivals, isn't it? That's just free ammunition. Rival fans were actually celebrating us beating Sunderland. That's how bad we are. That's how bad we are. Our board is so stupid. 50 million washed on Ugarte. If he was quality, Enrique played him at PSG. Yeah, even though I don't believe that Ugarte is great, bro, 50 million. He's not worth 50 million. He should be a squad player at best, and he's not good enough to be starting week in, week out. But you know, they obviously got rid of Donnarumma too, which is quite a surprising one, because he was very vital in the Champions League run. He was very vital, which shows the ruthlessness about Enrique, in it, which is fair play, because he's pretty much in control of everything at PSG. Everything goes through him. Any player that he's not really rating, he's out. And boom, bro. Like, that's why a manager like him will never go to Chelsea. He would never go to Man United. The only managers who will come to Man United is the Glasners, the Iraolas, the Xavis. those type of yes guys in it who are willing to work with Ineos's terms and conditions, and they'll probably be asked to try and get the best out of the players that they've invested heavily on, i.e., the Sescos, the Embuemos, and all these guys. So long term, it's not looking good for United. This isn't the news that you want to hear, but like I said, I wouldn't react. No, not I wouldn't react here, but I wouldn't take. I wouldn't take. I wouldn't take Radcliffe's word serious because he flip flops. But regardless, that doesn't take the fact away that he's incompetent. Big up to Lee Gunnar, he's now alive, and Amorim is safe. Little Ineos in. Is that actually what he's bro? Nah, he's taking the piss, man. This just proves my point, though. Like, we're giving this. Hold on, Lee Gunnar. Is he actually? Nah, I don't think he's live. Is he live? Oh yeah, he is live. Amorim is safe. Yeah, bro. He's safe, man. Yeah. But I would be doing the same thing if I was a rival. I'd be doing the same thing. The academy under 18s have to lend kits to. It's a joke. I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't happen. But I'd love for Ferguson or Arteta to laugh at the whole comparison thing Ratcliffe did. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Our borders, yeah. But yeah, no, shout out to Lee Gunnar though, innit? I know, shout out to him, and shout out to everyone in the comment section. Big up for everyone who's tuned in. There's 10 people here, to be fair. So if you can just like and you can subscribe, that would help the channel a lot. We're closing in, hopefully, on 1.5K. Road to 2K. That would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, like I said, with this whole situation, we'll see what's going to happen. Yeah. If you're a United fan, enjoy your international break. Enjoy life. Don't get caught into this whole nonsense about United. You should, obviously, you can still watch your team. I'm still going to watch my team and back them, but don't let it get to you to the point where it ruins your day, bro. Because bro, we're crying over guys who are billionaires, bro, and millionaires. Like, you get it, bro. I don't know why there are so many Ligue 1 wannabes in the Madrid fan base. It says Baran. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? Big up to you, though. Ratcliffe talked about the free lunches, though. I didn't get my free lunch, so why should they? Bro, listen. You know what's mad? I actually think if... you know what it is? They're probably looking into it and like, you know what? We made a mistake with Ten Hag. We've just made another mistake with Amorim. They are probably going to do everything in their power to plan and make sure they've got the right manager in next time. Because third time now. Yeah? Deep it. All of this news is coming out. He's here to stay for 3 years. He's going to stay. He's going to stay. He's got our support. That just basically pretty much means that we've not got our right man right now. Let's just put in... Let's just back him for the... They're only backing him in the meantime. I will only switch up if they actually offer him a new contract. If they offer him a new contract, then that's a different situation. But best believe that they don't actually have the man that they want right now. They don't have the manager that they want to take over after Amorim. They don't have the manager in charge right now. So they're probably speaking, he is jobless. He is. Now, is he someone you give to? Is he someone that Man United are looking at? Will Xavi accept the terms and conditions? He's not managing the Prem, but then again, you don't need to be an amazing manager. You don't need to be, what's it called? It doesn't matter if you've not managed in the Prem. Yeah, as many managers have come from the Premier League, outside of the Prem, who have done a good job. So my issue is not about Xavi, whether I think he's decent. I think he's a decent manager. I don't think he's going to come to United, though. I don't think he'll come to Man United. It's probably going to be Glasner or Iraola. More so Glasner, in it. He's the one that's probably, even though he's not someone I want, but yeah, Fabrizio said he would immediately join if United get the chance. Yeah, bro. You know what it is with United? Because Man United have failed for so long. If a manager is somehow able to get them to be incompetent, like challenge challenge for a title, do well in the Champions League, win an FA Cup, consistently doing well in the league. Bro, that's massive, you know. That could do that because so many managers have not been able to do that. And obviously there's context to that. There's context to that, you know, poor recruitment, poor managerial appointments. Who do you think the right manager is then? I think the right man. No, not I think the right manager for Man. If they want a proper rebuild and they want to start from scratch and reset the whole culture, it's De Zerbi, bro. Yeah, you give De Zerbi everything and the keys and let him rebuild this team and get him and he will get us playing a brand of football that is exciting to watch, very attacking, very calculated. And he's very adaptable as well. Don't sleep on his adaptability, right? He's adaptable too. He's not as one-dimensional and as, oh, he's only got plan A. People exaggerate it. Yeah, so if I was to choose an order, I'd say De Zerbi number one. Out of Iraola, Xavi, or Glasner, I'd probably put Glasner, Xavi, then Iraola, right? That's my list. That's pretty much my list. I wouldn't want yeah, that's pretty much in order. But if you look at Iraola, he's playing a back three with Palace. He plays some decent football. I mean, I say he plays some decent football, but it's very much on the counter. He's adapted to the plays that he's got. 3-4-3 is the best formation that he thinks he should be using with the Palace plays with the guys that he's got. Because Muniz, a right wing back, he's a very good wing back. Mateta can hold up the ball well. Adam Wharton in a midfield too is doing well. He's got Guehi, of course. He's got Mitchell. He said his favorite formation is 4-4-2. I would love to see how Glasner is when he's got bigger expectation and he has more tools to his yeah, he'll have better players at Man United, and he'll have so many different profiles, and it's gonna, you know, he's gonna have to think about, okay, what's the best formation for the current players that I've got at Man United? Which player should I even though you're supposed to build a team, right, with 11 players, but which player is the most important? Which is the best player? And who should I build a team around? What am I going to prioritize? Am I going to prioritize counter-attacking football, possession-based, all of it in it? So it's a lot to do, bro. It's a lot of thinking. The thing is, I dislike most about De Zerbi is that his team spends most of the time in their own box. Wait, the thing I dislike the most about De Zerbi is his team spend most of the time in their own. What do you mean by that? Yeah, because with De Zerbi, yeah, like the goals that he scores, he's got different variations to how he scores. Obviously, players can score from outside the box. His goals are very well worked, and you can tell it's been worked on the training ground. One touch, boom, quick passing, and they'll split the defense. They always split the opposition's defense. He's got different types of goals that he can score. You should actually watch Marseille a lot more, bro. He's doing well. Guehi will be a good sign for United. I don't know when he's not joining us. Nah, I don't think we're getting Guehi, bro. He's probably going to go to Liverpool. He's going to go to Liverpool, isn't it? Probably going to replace Konate because he's better on the ball. We don't really need centre-backs. We don't need centre-backs. We've got very good centre-backs at the club. Heaven's good. Yoro's good. De Ligt has been good as well. Lissandro's back. So if you think about it, he's also playing Luke Shaw as a centre-back. He's also stubborn. Like, bro, Ange and De Zerbi is nothing like Ange. I promise you. He's nothing like Ange. He's way more adaptable than Ange. He's way more adaptable. In a dream world, we can go get a prime Pep and back him like a full set extent. Yeah, but there's a reason why Pep would never join, isn't it? Pep would never join a discombobulated club with incompetent ownership. He would never do that. He would absolutely never do that. I saw your video about Ahmed, I saw your video about Madrid Villarreal. Xavi didn't want the players to put much intensity in that game because their team is already getting a lot of injuries. Just get the job done. You know what it is, Baron? I don't actually think that Xabi Alonso is a bad manager. I think he's a good manager. But when he's at a club like Madrid, where he's expected to get the best out of obviously their signings and the big players, like in terms of like, if you look at Mbappe, that's a huge signing. If you look at Jude Bellingham, yeah, even though I don't really rate Bellingham at all, but that signing, I don't know how much you guys got him for, but that cost a lot of money. Mbappe, you might got him on a free, but you're probably paying him a lot weekly. And look how much commercial value Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe provide for the club. And they're two players that will always be in the team regardless. Do you get it? So I think Alonso in the league, he's probably improved you guys, but in the Champions League, I don't see him surviving in the Champions League. I don't see him surviving. I really don't. In the league, he's doing a decent job, right? But even when I watch Real Madrid, they're not like an exciting team. They've just got good players that can do something out of nothing and then just kill teams. So yeah, bro. The Zerbi don't want to give the veto power to the club when it comes to new signings. That's why they didn't hire him after interviewing. Not only that, he wants more power in it. I don't actually have an issue with a manager having when he wants power with what's it called? I don't mind that. I don't think it's a big issue, to be fair. Yeah, I don't think it's a big issue. But like I said, look, I'm going to end the stream now. 1 hour and 8 minutes. 7 people here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to try and do way more streams in the future. Some more pre-recorded videos. I want to shout out Binyam, Baran, Johnny Hill, Remco, and who else? What's my Touchline, MK Dave, Yusuf, and Tyler as well. Yeah, bro. You guys have actually helped a lot in it. Real Madrid have a lot of possession, but they need to do way more with it. Yeah, they're always going to have more possession when they come across the lower teams. But see what they did to Atletico Madrid, bro. They got cooked by Atletico. I know they won the game after, but they got cooked by Atletico. Like, yeah, they got cooked. But yeah, I'll try and do more watch-alongs and do more videos. You'll see me with Touchline doing videos with him and collaborating. And yeah, man. So shout out to everyone in it and take care. Good night. Amorim out. Ratcliffe out. Enjoy your week. Hope I miss football. I do miss it, to be fair. I don't like international break, but there's plenty of things to talk about. And take care. Peace.